All right, let's talk about realistic time standards. I'm coming out here with no warm-up, and I'm gonna draw from concealment appendix at a target, TA target's BC zone that's 30 feet away. And I need to get a hit on it. Cold start. What is that time gonna be? Now I know I've practiced this stuff enough to know that I can shoot sub 1 second at the same target, but that's after a ton of practice. It's not realistic. That's what's achievable through a lot of practice and rehearsal and everything else, and testing myself right after that. But the true test comes after there is no dry practice and rehearsal. It's done cold in the middle of the night when you just get out of your vehicle under some sort of stress. So right now there's no warm-up, there's really no stress, but it gives me an idea of how fast I'm gonna be. So let's see what it is. 1 round, 1 hit, that's all I'm looking for. All right, so 125, not super fast, all right? But I got the hit, and I know if I sat here and I practiced several more times and work through it, because this shirt fits a little bit more snug around the waist, I'd probably be able to get it down sub 1 second at some point. That's just what I can do, right? So now, what's the next most realistic position or ready position that I may be in? A compressed tie ready. All right, so I'm up here, compressed tie ready, I'm out searching, right? And then I get surprised and I've got to engage. So now, 1 round from compressed tie ready, not out here, it's compressed against the body. That's how I end up searching in my house, all right? So, 1 round. That was slow, I hesitated on the push out there. So, that is 0.67. 0.67, not super fast. I thought I'd be a little bit closer to the half-second mark, but I got out there and something didn't look right and I didn't press the trigger. Is what it is, but that's a cold start for the most part. I had 1 warm-up, right? But it's realistic. Now what's the next one? The next one is I'm literally pointing in the general direction, my fingers straighten off the trigger, but all I did was I lowered my weapon. It's like I know the danger is right down the hall or coming around the corner. I want to make sure I'm properly identifying. I feel really sure it's a bad guy, but does he need to be shot? So it's a matter of going from here to here, looking over the sights so I can see waistline, hands, all that sort of stuff, full body, make sure they're not wearing a uniform. It's not a cop that's coming into my house because they saw an open door, open window, and they think I'm in trouble. I'm identifying the target, but it's like, whoa, shit, there he is, and I engage. That's what this one's gonna be. So the last one was 0.67. What will this one be? .25. That's a lot faster than I thought it was gonna be, all right? But I got my hits. So that gives me a realistic idea of what I can do somewhat cold. Now I could come out next time and just map out that high ready one where I just have to bring it up in front of my face. And is it consistently 0.25? Or out here today, did it get faster because I had 2 warm-ups of getting my finger straighten off the trigger and get to the pressure wall. And I got to see the sights 2 times, all right? Visualize that. I know some of you are probably thinking he's splitting hairs, but truly you do get a bit of an advantage by getting those 1 or 2 extra reps. If you get to do something 1 time prior to actually doing it for the test, that's an unfair advantage, right? So not just unfair advantage, but it's an unrealistic test. So I want to do it as cold as possible. But I can map this stuff out. What I say, 125, 0.67, and then 0.25. Understand that this timer isn't about you winning a gold medal for being the fastest person to do drill A. I mean, that's cool. It makes us feel good. But at the end of the day, what are we doing? We are measuring movement, efficiency, what I can do given these circumstances and what I'm trying to achieve. That's what this timer is really about. So keep it in perspective, keep it realistic. And then when I come out here and I start running through this and I have a really good time, that's not the time to hang our hat on it and say, yeah, this is what I can do. No, that's what you did through this practice. What you can do is when you get out of your vehicle at the range or when the shit really hits the fan and you've got to perform. That's a realistic expectation.